Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haziq Kushairi bin Misizan and my metric number is 2021826026. Today I will do a video presentation about my subject which is AJR 255. My article is about majikan sektor swasta digesa beri cuti am 18 hingga 19 November. Okay, for the summary, it can be summarized that the employers of the private sectors need to give permission to their employee to fulfill their responsibilities as voters in conjunction with the 15th general election, which means GE 15, by giving 18 and 19 November as day off, because all citizens in Malaysia, including employees of the private sector, have the responsibilities to choose the right government to maintain the peace and prosperity of the country. Okay, so the next slide is about the first issue, which is employees of the private sectors need to give days off to the employee. Regarding the declaration of public holiday announced by government to the citizens of Malaysia, to give employees the chance to fulfill their responsibilities as a voters. And the last one is the employer need to give permission to the employee to have public holiday on 18 and 19 November. Okay, next is the solution 1 for the key issue 1, which means employer must avoid section 3 bracket 1 of the Election Offences Act 1954. This means the employer doesn't have the rights to stop their employee to go voting for 15th general election. If the employer violates this act, they can be fined a year in prison, need to pay not more than 5,000 ringgit or both. Next is the solution 2 for the key issue 1. Employer needs to take an action regarding Section 8 of the Holiday Act of 1951, which means public holidays that are allocated to the employee of the private sector. This act is related to 60 bracket D bracket 1 bracket B of the Employment Act 1955. Okay, so for the conclusion, the best solution is solution 1. This is because it can protect the employee's right to go voting and fulfill their responsibilities as a voters for 15th general election. Next is the second issue for this article. The employer still need to pay to their employee even though they give days off. The employer can suggest to employee either they want to choose the date on 18 and 19 November or replace to the other date for the 15th general election. If there is no any replacement, employee who works on 18 and 19 November worth to get another pay. This is the first solution for the issue 2. Employer needs to allow the suitable period for the employee to vote. It is already stated in section 25 bracket 1 of the Election Offences Act 1954. No employer shall make any deduction from the wages or other remuneration of any employee or demand from him any penalty due to his absence from work during that period. Next is the solution 2 for this second issue. Employer needs to obey Employment Act of 1955. All employees need to be paid as usual even though they didn't attend to work to go voting for the 15th general election. An employer shall be deemed to have broken his contract of service with the employees if he fails to pay wages to their employees. Okay, so this is the conclusion for the issue 2. The best solution is solution 2. This is because the employee don't feel oppressed, and if their wages deducted, they will feel ways to go voting, and the government's aim will not achieve to increase participation in 15th general election. So that's all from me. Thank you.